the way.
That's the way of the light.
The way of the light one.
That guy told me one time, he says, Uncle, I seen the light. Hey, Rockman, go back there and get some more blankets on. I see the light.
Cover is better than.
Cover it. See the light, man.
Everybody can hear me just fine, right? Without this one? Old Hanka. When I was this little guy's age, that's what they said. You come from that tribe that's got a loud voice, but meaning that that's something I developed. So, we have a spirit calling song. Everything we do, we express ourselves through a song. A spirit calling song, a spirit leaving song. For my people, for my culture, these are the things that we have when it becomes wakhan, spiritual, wakhan. I talked about it from the day I arrived here. Since I arrived in Sedona, I've done a sweat lodge every evening. I come from there just now again. But this time they didn't hurry me so much. Yesterday I was cutting it pretty short, right there. So anytime we come together in a circle, we're in a ceremony. Anytime we come together in a circle, we're in a ceremony. And after each evening of ceremony, one would think that we would sing the spirit leaving song. No. From the time I arrived here, we done the spirit calling song for this particular time that we're going to spend here. And when the last day is completed, then we'll sing that spirit leaving song. You understand that? Somebody said, I thought I heard everything you were saying, but I wandered off for just a little bit, so I don't remember what you said, or something like that. But to me, anytime we become attracted, anytime we're attracted by something To me, that's something very special to all of us, very special. Because we can feel the presence of that spirit for that time. So that part we must try to grasp and hang on to at all times. I'm going to sing a song, then I'm going to ask my nephew over there to say a prayer. When I get through with the song, he's going to say that prayer. And that's how we're going to start this evening. Give you an idea about what this culture is all about. So if we can stand again at this time, we can do that now.
We pray like this today to ask you for your forgiveness, ask you for your understanding, and give us guidance and leadership today. We ask you to bless the circle. We ask to bless this, each and everyone who has come here today. We ask you to bless these drums, to bless these voices that we heard today. We ask you like that. Oh,
oh.
Ko hea paltis. Ilagesh bok. Emi lugar pak. Ilagedi wawagi. Ba etchesh. Ko hulustelig wees. Ach, ga ze al hulusters. Maar werd te weegjachters. Ko jaywa hilaga alachbach beshukak. Elasist. Maane wastis. Maamalastis. No achbek kugua. Genoutjes. Aber she had in Malapis. This home month. Maker of all. I thank you for this day. I thank you for my friends. As the sun rises and warms Mother Earth, so let the great Holy One come down into our hearts, each and every one of us, and warm us. The presence is here. Take this knowledge you've given me. Take these gifts, this compassion. Give it to my friends. I thank you for this circle. Oh.
Soy anta ye tao etana we ye tamwe katai makatang chamaka anta ye tamum yan kyang etame su yan anta ye imesin ma ye tamume amumum su phala yan ban te tamume ye ba so sok ma tamume yan lol matang hape cham yan we yan over tana tawa kami umay susu umay kami umay kami umay jamne we an te katay mataka hakke vitamum hinnum ka pi umay pas ni got umay susu umay happy pi lon matang happy jamne. This is what I ask to my father, son, and to my father that was here with us, that's been taking us throughout the night, and to our mother, Moon, and to our mother, Earth. I ask everything for you people here that gathered here. He'll take all of you strong and healthy until you get real old. And take care of yourself. And we're glad that we got invited here. So I ask this in the name of our Father. Qua.
Stelo. Niet gekomen eigenlijk in dit jalon, niet stoski jagalot gaan samen.
Song for directions.
Oye, oye, esta che,
yes.
Oh,
Directions.
yeah. Be seated. Oh, this evening, my brother Ted has brought his guest, another part of our family, to the circle to perform for us this evening. So at this time, we'll give that to my brother Ted to make the introductions.
This is Lane Palla from First Mesa, Palaka, on a Hopi reservation. And Manuel, the eagle dancer and a deer dancer. And I think you better hear it from Lane. I know what they're going to do, but I want Lane to speak to you and tell you what this dance is about.
Well, I already introduced, so that's my name, Lane Pilla. We're from First Mesa, and that's my nephew. He's dancing for me, and we're gonna do a eagle dance for you people here. And this eagle dance that he's gonna do is the songs that comes from, like, we hope he know that there's a sun and there's on top of that the eagle that's watch everybody. The eagle and the sun are telling each other messages. The eagle watch us people down here, who is the Mother Earth down here. And that's really something to us, the eagle, sending us the messages to the Hopi people. And the songs I'm gonna sing for you is for the prayer from us for you people here. So hope you enjoy the dance, eagle dance. And these songs will be for you people here. That's a prayer for you, right here in this circle here. So we went and danced down here at Camp Verde. The songs we did is different, but as long as we met you people here, I'll do that one for you. My spiritual songs for you people. So we'll do that. Thank you. This song I'm gonna sing, this coming in song that I met the Lakotas here. This gonna song for all the Lakotas out there for their prayer. So this song I'm gonna sing. This is gonna be the coming in song. Well, This song that I do for is, I want an call for good life, good health, and good future for you people to all four directions. First song that I did is for the people here from Lakota. That's for their good health, to be strong. They are my brothers. We're brothers here. Brothers and sisters here. So this song is special for you, that I did for you. To all four directions, and to our Father, and to our Mother Earth. So all of you be strong and be in good health. Don't be any way to each other. Let's all be brothers and sisters.
Oh,
Thank you.
Hostel. Let me use your lighter. You will let me. Oh, at this time, I haven't seen my cousin for that long. So at this time, I'm going to express myself just very briefly. Sing a song and bring it back together, the things that we done, the things that we said, how we both tried to communicate with that spirit at that time in our life. So at this time, I'm just going to ask you to bear with me. He is one of the elders. He is one of my elders that I talked about the last 2 days. When you can follow people like my cousin, you tend to understand a lot of things before you can really accept them. You can truly express that part that just arrived. The Spirit, when the Spirit arrives, it's like the blinking of the dove's eye. It is that quick. It is that quick. The Spirit arrives and it leaves. So therefore, we must be alert. When that time came, the only way we could let that Spirit know that we heard what the Spirit said is, ha-ho, ha-ho, ha-ho. Spirit, we don't have any idea. But when that spirit arrived, it could arrive at any time. Maybe somebody knock on the door. Hey, you open the door. Oh, come in. Come in, sit down. You have some coffee. That's how we do it as the Lakota people. That's how we accept that spirit. That's how we accept all mankind. So once again, I'm going to say that word, Mitakmi Oyasi. That one. That one came from my people, meaning all my relations. So when I get through with this song that I'm going to sing for Tahashi, for my cousin, and at that time, then we'll give this opportunity, this time for him to express himself, however he feels comfortable. So we'll do that now, so we can stand for my cousin. Yo, hey, yo, yo, hey, oh, yo, yo, hey, hey, yo, oh, yeah, 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 hey, yo, yo, hey, oh, yo, yo, hey, hey, yo, oh, yeah, 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 hey, yo, yo, hey, oh, hey, yo, yo, hey, oh, hey, yo, yo, hey, hey, yo.
Be seated now, please. There, let's walk in. Iho Mitakuyo asked me, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you here, just gathering here. And now I want to say something good to the Creator and the Grandmother, the Earth, and the four cardinal points of the universe, and between the Earth and sky to the Eagle Nation, and back down to Earth to the Stone People in circles of light. Aiho Tagashla Akantaka Onamaka Unchi Natrate
Wiochvia was ya wiochima itoka mukata ke ombligiska tuka ate. Ocheri changaliska hinas even komita ke o mazana mita ke wanikte el hinas ya tukasla usha. Oche transion ji hetchen trehan hoegala kishni ona hetchen uchinchalam kit khafun yai hena oina kiksia oi. Oche tukasla hetchen mita ke o mazana mita ke wanikte. Heute Mittag Musika, heute Mobilitikala, Lemieta, heute Choshima. Yo, heute Tuktala, Mittag Yasi. Oh, I thank you very much. Wednesday night, they had a healing ceremony for me, and thank you. The Spirit is around me at all time, and now they want to take me because they love me so much. So they want to take me. They want me to be with them. So the Spirit, they tie me because they can't take me. So we went through a series of healing ceremony. And the tie was with a spider web. So in medical science, there's no cure. But now the Spirit come and with the sacred teacher's hand, they untied me. So I appreciate for all of you in all directions that who prayed for me through to Chanukwa, and through Vision Quest, Sundance, through all sacred altars. So I appreciate and I thank you for that. So now your prayers answered, so you drag me back here. So now I'm like, yeah. So your prayers answered. Now it's here now. So transit la, tawa chiankala. Hona hatchin hanka wofla chichila. Hana chunksila ampo ho leno wofla hatcha ho I thank you very much, and now I've been traveling all over the world, and it's strange how I get into the places where a person can go in. Like one example, I went to Geneva Court, United Nations World Court. Now I've been to universities in here, Berlin University and Oxford University. Now I've been traveling all over in Africa, India, and those little countries like Pakistan, Burma, and Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, China, Manchuria. Now I was the first one walked through North and South Korea. So all these impossible things. And I went to Tokyo, and we had people come from all over the world. I've been there about 6 weeks, north, west of Mount Fuji. And there we stayed, and people come from all over the world, and one man talked, and the translation, the interpreter, 4 interpreters, so that will take, a man will talk 45 minutes, then translation begin, then part of the afternoon is finished. Then one man talk, and sometimes one translation will have to go to the next day for the 3 translation will begin. So we're going like that. So all this time I spent 3.5 hours I spoke there. So these kind of meetings, and people from all over the world, from Russia and from Geneva, and people from all this Western or Mid East, people come from all over the world. And it seemed like I was more like a center, and they all want to hear what I have to say about this, where our home is. From North Pole to South Pole, this long island, we call it the Turtle Island. and we are one red nation. So just imagine, only 500 years ago, we were totally free people. We're the last group of people. We're totally free people. So then somebody comes along and calls me Indian, and like that. Well, that doesn't make me Indian. So now the outcast people like Columbus and Marigold, Vespucci, and them guys. So these people are outcast people, see. So these are not royal people, see. So these were the second boat people. The first boat people were called Noah and Ark, see. And the second boat people came here called Columbus, see. So they were the first illegal alien came here. So you know, like a damn fool standing on the shore and welcome with open arms. But like here, what we invite was disease of alcohol, weapon, and death. This is all we invite. I was in Washington, D.C. I lectured there, University of Washington, and all those big guys came, like Consular and those guys. I hang around with them about over 40 years. And the National Lawyers League Incorporated were there, and the International Lawyers. And we have, here's a white man come. Consular came up to me and hugged me and, hey brother, we've been hanging together. I want to offer you tobacco. I want you to pray for me. And I want you to pray for this kid, meaning the Congress. See? And here's the yellow race, you know, and the real yellow race people demonstrate a nuclear test in the Pacific. So they were demonstrating out there. They come and they greet me and say, brother, you are our last hope. And here's a black leader named Jesse Jackson comes along and put his arm around, hey brother, we're with you all the way. Look at me. So now I have to talk to a big girl named Jean Reno, the Attorney General, and the Clinton staff. Look at me. And so the case was my brother, Consular, he come, you know, we've been together for quite a while. And, well, the longest case we ever handled was Len Peltier case. And now I got a letter here, and I want to show it to you. These people, they haven't read it, but I want you to read it, or I'll read it for you. So the judge sends Leonard a 2-life term for accusing that he killed 2 FBI's. Now the judge who sentenced, everything was fabricated right from the start. Everything was based on lies. So those lawyers, they come from Canada. Everything is based on lies. So now the next thing is we have to go to the Justice Department. All we need is a full signature and presidential pardon. But there are some people, they're also one step and they kind of murk up like a water, you know, clear water. They jump in and murk up. It's something like that. So now they have to postpone after the election. So now we have 2 of them guys running around. But we had ceremony, and the Spirit come, and they're going to drop the other one. And the other one, they're going to bring it in, because what he said, we have to have the best education for our children and a new generation. So for that statement, the Spirit, they took that statement, and they're going to make it prove it, see. So now they're going to drop that pineapple, or I mean dough. So you know, you're going to see that. So we have a scout that predicts and prophesies what's going to happen, because they speak from the universe of mind. So the problem here is a global, not a local. So we have a big problem here under this gold dome, and the 48 boxes there, and I heard there's 2 others someplace. Well, I don't know where, but I heard, that's what I heard. But here we're in the boxes. And so I went to big schools, like John Harvard and Princeton, Yale, and John Hopkins Medical School and Stanford. Big school, just the way you see me. Funny hat, funny clothes, funny shoes, just the way I marched in. And it's funny how I could walk in and say funny things. But why this happened, we have a ceremony, and I was very fortunate to have all 4 segments or 4 class or 4 sections of people. Like under this gold dome, when you go inside, there is a scientific language, psychological language, and a legal language, and a religious language. Each has a problem, see? And these 4, there's no connection, there's no communication between. So my first students were Einstein, Nuclear Incorporated, and that's funny too. So we talk about little bitty stuff, see? And I went to John Harvard. So I went to John Harvard University. I went to the front door and came out to the back door. But the guy followed me. Well, you're smart. You just went in and came out the back door. But I went in, I got stuck in there 4 years and a half. But when I came out, my head was as big as this world. But I didn't really understand what I saw. Well, I saw a bunch of stuff and things. Everything is beyond explanation. So I learned this high-tech word from John Harvard, things and stuff. So now you guys force me to use high-tech words and things and stuff. So, the scientific and science, these people who call themselves scientists, they don't know what science is. So I was back in New York and hey, come here, Chief, we're going to show you something. You know, there's a laws passed, Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, Get Tough Act, like that. But nothing happens, see. The brown cloud's still hanging there, and the water, the rivers and lake and ocean is still dirty, and like that. Our kids can't drink out of water, they can't jump in, and like that. So now the scientists, they want to recycle the water. So here's a tank, and tanks of filters. And then they contract all the toilet, everything that goes through the toilet bowl, and all the kitchen and all the grease and chemicals and industrial society, all the chemicals, pour in one tank. Then they take this filthy water. Now they dump in the first tank. Then a series of filters go through, and it goes into the next tank, and it goes on. Then way at the end of the last tank, the water come out clear, so now they could drink. What do you think? Oh, that's good. So I think we should throw all the scientists in the first tank and go through the city. But then they come out the other end, they'll have clear mind. So in the first place, if we have clear mind, this won't happen. So, I love jokes, because the spirit that come, they're humorous. So now we hold a Chinampa and talking about science, we are able to have this full class of people in Chinampa ceremony. So now the highest clergyman we have in the Chinampa ceremony, Archbishop, Then we have from AMA, we have a medical science, psychology. He had 3 other degrees besides, see. So this guy had 4 degrees. It's kind of hard to buy one. Hey, this guy had 4. And now we have a legal representative who helped me to draw up this in the Religious Freedom Act, Public Law 95-341. So I was an instrument. I guide him. See, so all the toughies like Barry Goldwater and Humphrey, Hubert Humphrey, and those toughy guys, they signed those. So you'll see those documents. So I'm just a little bit help here and there. The Colorado school dress code system, and I help a little bit here and there. So, so I'm a little help in every legislative bills going through. So I started school there, and the North, and now I'm legally recognized as a spiritual consultant or spiritual leader or director. So the National Lawyers League Incorporated, they're going to have a chair for me who want me to sit there and to be a spiritual consultant. See? So what they lack is a spiritual direction. See? So now we talk about scientific language and psychological language. So when I went to Stanford University, it just happened to be a psychology department. So I said, you know, I don't speak English, but I do speak Lakota very fluently. So you guys, you have to put your noodles together and try to understand what I have to say. So psychology, psychic, it's not an English word, it's a Greek word. What it means soul or spirit, that missing link, O-R. So there are a lot of missing links in the whole English language, see? So O-R, N-O-R, neither and either, maybe, if, and but, maybe, assume, probably. The words are getting longer and longer. Look at they call it $10 word or $40 words. But what it really, if you study careful, all these little negatives are linked together. You could link any number of negative words, and you could create a word that long, see? But if you define it, it really doesn't mean nothing. So I try to speak English. I end up speaking Latin and Greek and Hebrew, and I end up speaking my own language. So that was funny. So when the spirit come, I say, you know, spirit, to Gashla, I want to speak it, correct English. And the spirit said, there is no correct English. That's what he said. In fact, the English language is the most dangerous language in the world. Why? Because he's lost his root. He rooted into Latin, Greek, Hebrew, and many other languages. So it become a bastardized language, see? So we have to teach our kids how to count 1 to 3s, to 9 and 0. But that's all the kids they know. 1 to 9 and 0. 0 means nothing, see? So I think we're misteaching our kids how to count 1 to 3s. So now to A to Z. But nobody really teach our kids where this A come from, see? So I was in Egypt, and well, this ceremony, and they have a date back maybe 2,600 years before Christ, and where the reading and writing began. But there's a recording there dates back 4,000 years before, but nobody really know where they came from. They don't know who their father is, nor they don't know who their mother is. So to this day, this society, they don't know who their father is, nor they don't know who their mother is. See? So in Aurora College in Denver, somebody bought a book, and they want to reintroduce back to the school. It's called Darwin Theory. And the other side, they want to bring Genesis theory, see? And now in the school, they got up and start arguing back and forth, so they had to call some referees to come in the police coming in and pushing him back. And so now Papa and Mama and Grandmas and Grandpas coming in. No, they're all standing. No, so they have to have a referee. So that confuses kids. We want the best education for our school, but when our kids go to school there's some what they call these are all Mickey Mouse names, called Indians or Chicanos, and some black and some white. They all come from back alley, see, called poor people, see. So, and when the kids go to school, they start getting confused because they don't know whether they came from a gingerbread or they come from monkeys, see. So we confuse them, see. So, well, I'm going to be a little help, you know. So that's the purpose of calling me to talk about Genesis theory and the creation theory, see. So here God created heaven and earth and everything. Now everything is just good and, oh, fine, okay. So now I'm going to make an image of myself. So Tokashla, so we pulled that joke on him, where Tokashla built an oven for a little door and built a little fire underneath and made a tray with a long handle. Took some clay and, like a little gingerbread, the forehead and the forelegs and the vertebrae and hind leg and the tail. And he opened the door and shoved it in and closed the door. He waited too long, so when he opened the door, it pulled out his black. No, that's not me. So he threw it over here and made another one, put it in the oven, but he opened too soon. So when he pulled it out, it's white. No, that's not me. Throw it over here. That third one, he closed the door and wait a little bit. When he opened it, pulled out, it's yellow. No, that's not me. Throw it over here. A fourth one, time it just right. So when they put it red, oh, that's me. Like so the others are mistakes. But he forgot to put it back to earth, so they were standing out there doing jumping jack. So that was a joke we pulled on them. So, you know, but Genesis wrote, he took some, now I'm making an image of it, he took a dirt and they're making an image and blew breath, blew in his nostril, and then out jumps Adam. See? But the others are pairs, except this guy. So Genesis thought he was lonely, so he theorized. I put him to sleep, took one of the crookedest rib, and I made a crooked woman for him. And again. So, well, let's go back. We have to believe in the Bible. We can add or omit nothing because we have to believe in the Bible. That's the way Genesis wrote. We can add or omit nothing. So now there's Cain, Abel, and Seth. But Cain killed Abel. Why? Because Abel built an altar out of rocks and built a bonfire and offered a four-legged, hair and all, singed. So it wasn't the first one to die, wasn't Abel or Jesus didn't die for us. But this four-legged was the first one. It was offered, not sacrificed. So the offering was done, hair and all. The smoke goes up, it goes in the nostril of the Creator or Tokashla or God, see. Smell good. Who offered? Oh, you see Abel, and I'm blessing. So Cain saw this, so if my brother get blessing like that, why can I do the same thing? So I built an altar with rocks and built a fire. Now I put some veggies on top. But he done this out of hatred and jealousy, secretly and sacredly, behind. So the smoke didn't go up and please Tukashla's nose. See? So instead go back to earth. So he hate and hatred and jealousy was born there. And for that he killed his brother. So Tukashla come back. Cain, where's your brother? Your brother, blood, called me, hey, Daddy, Grandpa. My brother took my rope and threw it down, so I'm standing here like a shadow. So what am I supposed to do? Go to heaven or go to hell or get lost? And like that. So that part in Genesis never wrote, see. So what did happen to it? So, well, he's kicked the bucket and he's back to earth again, back to clay again. So now, but Cain wandered off into wilderness. So that leaves Seth. Well, we can't add or omit nothing on. So where does a Cain get his wife? Maybe put him to sleep, maybe another crooked woman for him, or no, we'd be adding something that is not there. So, well, the only way I could link to a Darwin theory, see. So, see, the monkey upright and walk, see. So the only possible link to a Darwin theory would be Cain. So try to mingle. He went into the wilderness, tried to mingle with the deers, but moving at 40 miles an hour, it'd be kind of hard to keep up the pace. See? So the only possible group he could mingle is the monkeys. See? So he kind of hang around with them, and finally they adopt him, see, and got married into the monkey, and that's where Darwin was born. See? When Darwin was born, he was born without a tail, so that's how come he's always get mad. So I was told that monkey business is still going on. Oh, that was just a joke. Try to clear these kids at university because they don't know what to believe, whether they came from a gingerbread or from monkeys. So we blew that apart. Now the real, the Gashla, and the Holy Mother. Ampa we. The bowl of fire is a perpetual, everlasting, living fire, has no beginning and no end, see? So what they said was, let there be a life, see? Not a light, see? So let there be a life. So how far this heat go, nobody knows. It goes into infinity. And the force, so there's a force behind it. And the force made wind, and the wind made sound, and the sound goes into infinity. So it goes into infinity, so there is a sound in the sounds that we call thinking or thoughts. See? So all these animals, they talk to the telepathic wave intelligence, so they talk to each other by thinking or thoughts. See? Well, we lost ours. See? So we have to scream at each other. God damn it, get over here and like that. Jesus Christ, like that. The official language, see. So we have to speak the official language. The English language is the official language. So now we're under the gold dome. So these four languages, so when our kids go to school, you obtain a PhD. So you're going to become a scientist, or doctor, or lawyer, or preacher. Or you could be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Oh, so after you obtain a PhD, what do you do with it besides hanging on the wall, see? So SRI, it came to the lodge. So nobody could send out because that question never been asked before. But here's a bushman came out of Paris, or came out of tall bushes or tall weeds or tall grass, and now I come into this big concrete jungle, and now I tell them they're wrong. So the intelligence, now they can't answer that question. So the SRI, oh, I'll tell you, I think I know what you're saying. So I'll tell you what they do with their PhD. beside hanging on the wall. So a person obtaining a PhD, he studies one of the right legs of a bumblebee. So what does he know about the left legs and the flower and the honey? So it becomes stupid. See? So a person attaining 4 degrees become 4 times stupid. So Stanford University, I talk about this gold dome. In gold we trust. Now I think the Catholic misspelling left the L out. Now in God we trust again. So under that gold dome, we have chandeliers and wall-to-wall carpet, air control, heat control, and all those little gadgets, electric toothbrush and hair blowers and computers and IBMs and radios and televisions. And we have an iron horse, so we have to put a hole in the ground and put gas and all. See, this is all is in our head. See? So Stanford University, and so like now we go back to Einstein theory, E = mc squared. So now the people here, our kids are studying how to count 1 to 3s, 1 to 9 and 0. 0 means nothing, see? But I think we're misteaching our kids. Tungashla, grandfather and grandmother, and the power. So the grandfather, the creator, and the knowledge is a temple of God who gave birth and life to all living, see? So that power is a generation. And the gift is a talent and love. The way our people, some fly, some walk on 4s, some swim, and we walk on 2 legs. It's a mystery walking on 2 legs. So the talent and love is God, and love is mother. And mother is love, and God is love, and so on. See? So I think we have to really organize our head. So wisdom, knowledge, power, and give. 4 are 1. Not 3 in one God. See? In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. So 3 persons in one God. If God has a son, it seems like he should have a mother. Where is the mother? And the pigeon is a 3rd person. A fowl, a feathered person. Feathered is a person. But the people that came here don't worship a feather. And we have one of my brothers called me brother, and our grandson here in dancing, eagle dance, see? And where's his egg come from? It's come from eagle. So I think we should teach our kids. So I was in Egypt, and I was told that a paradise was located there. So some of the people we bumped into each other here and there. So somebody suggests we should find a place to hold a world conference. So somebody suggests we should go back to where the civilization is supposed to begin. So I flew in and got off from the airplane. I didn't see nothing, just the sand and rocks. And the appearance did like a tombstone. So I said, where's the forest? Where's the apple tree? Where's the snake? There was nothing there. So, like the tombstone. So now everybody comes around, who hacked this stone with what and who lives with what. Some of those blocks weigh 12 or 20 tons, some are this high and about 40 feet square, or some are even bigger. So who cut the stone and lift with what? Modern crane cannot even lift 100 tons. So scientists all over the world come and they try to figure out. But to no avail. So who brought this big right then polished stones? Who cut the stone with what? We went inside a pyramid and the ices just flew right in. Thunder, lightning, and the sea of lightning come outside the rock. And water come down without a cloud, rain out of nowhere. So people, soldiers were outside and keep their toys, and everybody like they're all Catholics, and they all kneel down, and they like miracles. See? Catholics likes miracles because they don't believe in God. See? So, so they like to see miracles. So this was a miracle. Everybody's bowed down. They never saw this. But inside there's a lightning. Ashes flew in. From where we stand, we could see the North Star. So all these high-tech minded people, when they saw this ashes flew in, when they saw the Spirit stand in the middle in a pitch dark, and now we could see a pink light and green, orange light. Now we could see. Because that black light, the Christian people used to call mortal sin or evil or devil or Satan. But this infrared light, Tukashla created this light. And this bright light and black light, this light is the center of our eye people. So we see it through this infrared light. So if you want to be educated, you ask the Spirit, and the Spirit will take you inside your own eyeball and show you around how the eyeball is made, and you're going to be scared silly. See? So somebody mentioned that, and one of those reporters, there's 66 books. So if you want to be educated, you tell the Spirit, and the Spirit will take you and probe even unto deep knowledge of God. So you guys wrote it, and I didn't wrote it. But we sort of demonstrate, so the Spirit come in. We have a highly intelligent people who are trying to piece it together. When the Spirit come in, when they saw the Spirit come, instead of Hail Mary or Mickey Mouse or something like that, or Hail Mary or something like that. But instead, when they saw the Spirit come, wow, like that, so they call the Spirit, wow. So now, the Chinoopa that you carry is very, very sacred. It was here, but they lost it. What Chinoopa means living tree. So it's not a rotten apple tree, like the Genesis wrote. They call it tree of knowledge. Where you steal his apple, surely you're going to kick the bucket same day. Them kind. So anyway, I got very little time here, like that other place I just came from. But anyway, we're going to try running it through as fast as I can, because I got a leash around my neck. Now sit down, stand up. No, so each time I sit down or stand up, I get a little reward. I get a little one peanut like that. So now we have to really understand what we're trying to say, because we're running on a schedule. We're running on Catholic time, see? So we have to punch in and punch out on time. But the real, in joking way, Indian time, the Indian have never had a time. So that was a joke too. So Tukashla has no beginning and no end. See? So there is no past, there's no present, there's no future. It's all one. See? Oh, so we're here to understand, and you want to hear this Bushman say something like that. Because, I learned from a Spirit. So when they talk to me when the bushes, this world was our school one time, but we lost it. So now we have to go under this gold dome. So now we have to live in those boxes. So we live in boxes now, see? So there's a big cage now. Now inside we have those boxes called state. So there's a cages. And inside the state, we have reservations, see? So under the big cage, we have little cages called Indian reservations, see? So we have little cages inside the cage. And inside our cage, we have another little cage, called tribal court. See? So we live in a big cage, another cage, and another cage, and cage and cage, like that. So our minds are all boxed in, see? So psychologically, In psychological sense, we become prisoner of our own minds. And that dome, the multinational corporation, they want to buy the whole world, see. So they become hostage in their own minds. So now the FBI's and KBG's on my tail now. They want to know who supplied me all this information, and where does he get it, and how does he get it, and them kind. So I showed them this Chinumva. Oh, you mean that piece of stone, piece of wood? Yeah. Well, I forgot to tell, I put a little green in there, like that. So we are able to communicate through the telepathic wave intelligence to communicate to all nations. See? So I have one little notch over the head of the scientist. So it's a mystery how I'm walking around here in the bushes in the. So secretly and sacredly I hold this position. So, and this funny hat and funny clothes and funny shoes, it sort of camouflages me in this thing having on my ears. And on top they call me dumb Indian, so that is even add more camouflage, see? So we're dealing with two Indians, two kinds. One educated Indian and dumb Indian, see? Well, I'm neither one of them. So I'm a non-Indian. I'm strictly an earth person, Makawachosha. And to be Lakota, all of us are Lakotas. Peace, love, and people. That's what it means. So all the winged people, they love peace. So all the four-legged, creepers, crawlers, mountain fish people, this Long Island is a home of peace. This is the home of peace. This is the home of Lakota. The home of Dine, see? A home of Hopi, see? It means the same thing. See? Oh, we come here to learn about Indians. So, want to be Indians. Not everybody want to be Indians. But just because Columbus calls me Indian, that doesn't make us Indians, see? But we all want to be Indians, like that. So we all want to be Americans. But America, what does America mean? Nobody knows. What does America mean? Nobody knows. But Dr. Staffner, one of nuclear physicists, he chaired for us. He lived in Padova. So I have 5 nuclear physicists. So we kind of hang together. But these guys are big guys. They're not Mickey Mouse. These are big guys. They make atomic bombs and hydrogen bombs and nitrogen bombs, laser beams. So these are big guys. They're the mastermind of destructive tools. So these are not Mickey Mouse. Well, Dr. Staffno, you call yourself American. You know what you're calling yourself? Yeah, I know. I told you. Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it. But America in itself, nobody knows why it's called America. It came from Amerigo Vespucci. So what happened to my middle name, Vespucci? So what it really means is God-fearing people who honor grandfather, great spirit, and they honor their father and their mother. The first command of God, honor thy father and mother. So these people who honor their father and mother, brothers and sisters and aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces and cousins and like that, sons and daughters, great-grandchildren and so on. So these are God-fearing people. So but these people drift away and they start drinking and pot smoking. They abuse the plants. They abuse the fire. They abuse the rocks, the water, and green. See? So they kind of want to blame on the little hippie guy. Jesus turned water into wine. But so here comes the Budweisers and Schlitz and all these guys turn the water into wine or beer like that. And they put those poison in the water, pure Rocky Mountain spring water where I come from. And all 1,600 civilized Christianized people were hired, and they put a little poison past those sick fact to our kids, and our kids drinking, and they're killing each other, see? So, so I think we thought we whipped Germany, Nazis. Well, we didn't. They're whipping the hell out of us, see? They're poisoning our water, so our kids are getting killed. They're killing our kids right and left. So we didn't realize it. So under this gold dome, to be president, to be father of your country, you have to have 4 qualifications: not to kill black or red or yellow, and be convicted by, and 1 legal wife. So I said, Noah or Adam had 1 wife, 1 rib missing. But by me, I have 5 ribs missing, see? So I have 5 wives, so I can't be president of the United States. So now you have to have 1 rib, see? You have to have 1 crooked rib, or 1 crooked woman, see? To go inside. But now the father goes in, so what happened to the woman? See? So we have father of our country, but what happened to our mother? We don't have no mother of our country. See? We don't have no mother. Love me. I'm going to commit suicide. My teacher's not here. So, what happened there? So now, the qualification, 1 legal wife, see? But in their language, you could marry 1 at a time. See, you could divorce 1 and marry another one, divorce them. But that's all a violation, see? Take this awful man, awful woman to be a wedded husband or a wife, rich or poor, sad and sickness or death, or rich or poor, and it goes on. Don't let your mother-in-law or father-in-law or judge for the son or them. Death do you part, so you have to kill your wife or kill your husband. Like that. So everything down the line is half good and half bad. But in Tukashla and our mother, they're bonded not by material, but they're bonded by law. See, you're born with it. See. So 1 legal wife. Now, 4thly, no drinking in the house. You can't be under the influence, intoxicated, or under the hallucinating drugs, and pass a bill law over the elders and little people. So you gotta have a clear mind. So our brains sitting there in Congress, they're nothing but stinking drunks, see? They're under the hallucination of drugs, see? They can't think straight, so they're sitting there arguing back and forth, see? And they're getting paid for arguing, see? So these people are not scientists. They're not doctors. They're not lawyers. No, they're not preachers. See? If they're lawyers, if you want to be a lawyer, that or, the negative, or, nor, either, maybe, if, but, assume, thought. If you accumulate a whole bunch, you could be a lawyer, see? So in that language, you could say 1 thing here, or either I could be over here, see? So you could whip 2 tongues at the same time, see? So these are called lawyers. We call them liars. Well, so nobody really understands what law is. So what is law? So I went to Geneva UN World Court. So what is the definition of the law? Or who formulated it? And if there is a definition, I want to know. And if there is a definition, I want to know who controls it. So that's a good question. So what they end up, what is legal and what is not legal? See, so they don't know. But I speak from the universal language, the Creator and our Holy Mother. So it's a good thing I didn't go to school. If I had gone to school, this we would have lost it, see. And we'll still be Indians, see. So now my people are coming back. All of you are coming back. So we come out of our boxes and heck with this line and like that. And so we're in the box like this building. We have 4 walls. Somebody got one escape from this 4 wall. So somebody got smart and knocked the door. We could go in and out anytime we feel like it because we claim we're freedom fighters. But how come we have a lock on the door, see? We hang a cross by the door. We wear one around the neck, put one on top of the building, see? Now we have to put chains and butcher knives and bars. Now we have to load our shotgun and lean against the door. If somebody rouse the door, shoot, ask questions later. So why do we have to lock ourselves in every night and let the evil roam the street free? So all the police are chasing all the drunks and murderers and rapists and thieves. And the ambulance are hauling the dead or dying. Again, called civilization, called freedom. So I think we're abusing the freedom. So I think it's about time we quit abusing the fire, the rock, water, and grain. See? So there is a time we have to quit abusing the fire. We have to quit making atomic bombs. Destructive tools called economy, see? And we're hired and paid in the name of in God we trust, see? So I really appreciate for you coming here and give me this a lot of time here. So I could, you have to have a little courage, patience, endurance, and learning. These 4 you have to be an earth person. So take up a little courage and have a little patience. So I want to stand here next 4 days and 4 nights. So by the time I get through, you'll be a medicine man. Okay. So and this is just a little jiffy time. So like a hello, goodbye, like that, and then I'll disappear again. See? So I thank my cousins here, and now all my relatives, and all you people. Something drove you here, something, and something drove me here. I don't know what it is, something. See? So now we're trying to put our head together. See, something brought us together. So I really appreciate. So I think now the monster that this society creates is getting bigger and bigger. It's unbelievable how this monster is growing so fast. It's unbelievable. Now he wants to eat mountains. He wants to swallow the whole world, but he has a stomach with no bone. So this is called greedy, see. So now the monster is by near half the world's population. So now put half the world in his mouth, then the earth will shake. And there's a fire inside the earth will explode in his head, and the head will disintegrate, and that will be the end of the monster. It's called nuclear holocaust. So we have to put our head together before put half the world in his mouth. In other words, half the world population, we're going near to the half world population. We're under the influence of intoxication, or we're under the hallucination of drugs, see? So we're not in the right mind, see? So now, where peace on earth and goodwill towards men is supposed to be born, now Israel and Palestine are fighting. Sparks are blowing back and forth. That's where peace on earth and goodwill towards men is supposedly be born, see? But the sparks are blowing back and forth. Nobody knows why they're doing it. Nobody knows which side they're on. Nobody knows why they're doing it. But if you study their Holy Bible. See, if you study real carefully, they're brothers. See, Israel and Palestinians are brothers. So we have to think a little harder. Let's try soap hot. Let's try to use our noodles. That high-tech word. I'm using this brain's called noodles. So if we have 260 million population, if we have 260 million noodles here, I think I have enough brain here to say anything I want. Well, out of this 260 million, we only have 538 brains sitting in Washington, D.C. So what happened to our brains? How can 260 million brains so dumb and blind follow one man to the edge of eternity? See? And there's only 12 educated people control this world. And only one man control all of you. 260 million. That's just fraction to it. So I think it's about time I get up and tell my brothers what is really going on and what's going to happen to our elders. So here we're sitting on the gold dome and chandeliers and all this air control and heat control and carpet and all those gadgets. But you go outside, you see these marble pillars and steps are made out of marbles and flowers and green grass. In the middle of green grass is a pole and a flag waving. But if you look in the backyard, there's nothing there. There's a dump yard. And how long is our kids going to survive in this dump yard? So I'm concerned about my little people. So I pray that our little people be free from the contamination, be free from cancer, leukemia, diabetes, and heart, all the way down to AIDS. See? So I think it's about time we put our head, let's be serious. Let's forget about this thousands and thousands and thousands of years we're pointing the finger at each other. We never got nowhere. So I think it's about time we stop here and let's hold each other's hand and let's do a 180-degree about turn and let's go back to grandpa and grandma, see? Where this happiness and joy has no end, see? And we all bunched up and dropped this, all the filthy, dirty thoughts we made and hurting each other. We should drop those and ask for forgiveness. As soon as we drop that bolt lightning will canopy a flash, a light, canopy the whole universe, not to disintegrate the whole world or not to disintegrate the human life, but the bacteria and germ and disease and devil, evil, or Satan, or whatever it's called, will be destroyed. And we're going to have a clear mind. Even our dead will rise from death. And we'll be back in our Holy Father and our Holy Mother. We'll be on her left again, see? So I think this is what the Chinamba is all about. And our whole world will be paradise again, see? And everybody will share. Where we left off, we could be back there again with grandpa and grandma, where this happiness and joy has no end. So I thank you and I love you all. Ho hachitiktara, mitakuye asi. How?
Thank you all. We still have a lot more to go tomorrow. To get this fellow home. He was at the Whole Life Expo this afternoon and finished his talk, hopped on another plane to come to Flag so he could get here this evening. So he's still a young man yet. All this effort. They like that, you know. So Wallace's book is for sale back there, and he's going to be here till Wednesday morning. So I'm sure you could get him to sign his little John Henry on there. That's what you like, you know, it's a good feeling. The book says a lot of good things, as you can tell. And feel free to buy raffle tickets, doing my little sales here. This is a big effort here, and I'd like to give every one of the presenters something to take home. So if you'd help us out, it's just the raffle's just one idea to, you know, say, sure, we'll take what you have to give this weekend. So just to so you can clearly take part tomorrow if you're interested. This 7 a.m. up Schnebley Hill Road, up where the medicine wheel is sometimes, called Cow Pie. It's between 3 and 4 miles up the road. If you go about 3 miles, start looking for cars parked on the left. And there's a trail there. Just follow it. It's maybe quarter mile. If you haven't been there, I really encourage you to go, just for the beauty of it. And to hear a drum, it's surrounded by the rocks. It vibrates. And to welcome the sun that way and to welcome the day, it gives you an idea of what these guys are all about, you know. Out on the earth, that's where we all belong. And then tomorrow afternoon, the Inipi is between the village and the freeway on 179. It's at a place called Stage Stop, but there's no signs. So just drive out of the village for a couple miles, and it's road marker 301, I believe, somewhere 302, thank you. 302, and there's a Forest Service sign on the right saying National Forest Service, grassland vegetation. Right after that, there's a dirt road to the right, and there'll be a red cloth on the bush. Maybe we'll now we won't need a red cloth on the bush up Schnebley, but I like tomorrow, there's no signs. It's just out on the land. But there's a bunch of guys in this community were not here earlier, some are here now, because they built 2 lodges this afternoon. And I don't know if you know what goes into that, but it's a lot of green willows. And just so you know, it's going to be taken down after these 2 sweats because it is national forest land, though we have permission to use the place. But those willows are going to be taken up to Flagstaff and used in a permanent lodge up there. So that's a good feeling. So that will be about 4 o'clock going in the lodge. But I encourage any of you to come earlier. When you go in, that means the fire is going to be lit at least 2 hours before. And to me, that's when the ceremony begins. So dress warmly, come down when that first spark goes into the wood. And it's like seeing the sunrise all over again when you see that fire lit for a ceremony. And it just helps you set the mood if you're dressed warm enough. So, you know, take care of yourselves tomorrow. Hopefully the sun will be out and we can really celebrate all these words we've been taking in. And so Monday night also, at 7 o'clock at the Unity Church, all of these people will be together to share with us. And the pastor there said, please use the chapel, feel welcome. So that's a good feeling, because he knows we're going to pray. And that's it. Everyone get some good rest so you can get up real early, and we'll see you up on the hill. Maybe we could finish with a song here, see if anyone's in the mood. Thank you.
This is a Lakota song, Never Say Goodbye. I don't have that in the language. It's just a prayer song to help you on your journey, to help you with thinking about what was said tonight by J.V. Josh out here, Black Elk. Many things that he said was also a way of healing. A healing for what he talked about in humor, the philosophy that he used to talk about the depths of Lakota knowledge, the sacredness of the Chanupa, and the sacredness of yourselves, that everybody has a center, and that center is how you sing, is how this heartbeat beats with it. And in that way, when you come to bring that heart to meet the mind, you can never go wrong. So this way, things that are on earth can always be handled by the way the Buffalo Nation walks, by the Wambale, by the Eagle Nation, that brings unity and peace. And this is the way the Lakota people sing that song like that. Ate waka taka he ya elo he ya he yo. Ate waka taka he ya elo he ya he yo. Ate waka taka oshimana he ya yo. Oyate zari che che palo he ya ho ye ho ye lo we ya he yo. Ate waka taka oshimana he ya yo. Oyate zari che che palo he ya ho ye lo we ya he yo. Ate waka taka he ya he lo he ya he yo. Ate waka taka he ya he lo he ya he yo. Ate waka taka oshimana he ya yo. Oyate zari che che palo he ya ho ye lo we ya he yo. Ate waka taka oshimana he ya yo. Oyate zari che che palo he ya ho ye lo we ya he yo. Oh, mitakyo, I say. This time, does anybody have any questions for anybody in the panel or for Wallace Black Elk here? You may step forward and ask. Oh, well, one back here.
Just question, how many prayer ties and what color for his ceremonies now?
For the lodge, 6 robes and 150 red and 50 red ties separate. And there's 4 little robes, they're baby robes, black, red, yellow, and white, and 7 blue ties. And then there's 4 bowls, wooden bowls, water, corn, berries, and meat. And it's according to how big the lodge is. This walking altar carries 16 stone. So if it's big, we'll double that, 32. If there's any healing, well, it's 36. And so we are to help a person needs help. Well, we all put our head together and through these chanampa. The chanampa is the sacred of sacred in the entire world. So we have to wear food in our bowl. That bowl is a woman. Remember that too. And the stem is a man. So we have to connect these together. We have to ask permission to connect, and we have to pray through that little tunnel. And the mouthpiece is the end of the stem is your mouthpiece. And whatever you say will come true and will come reality. So it's so true. Well, we're all like St. Thomas's. We have to see, we have to touch, then believe. It's called education. So it's really hard to believe. Believing is really hard. So thank you very much. And I hate questions. because I'm not answering to everything. Well, you know, one time we done that, and one question, another guy answered a question, and another two referee come in, and I tried answer both of them. Another referee come, and two referees arguing, and pretty soon the National Guard come in and so we stopped that questioning. So the sacred powers that I talk about, if you don't understand, pray, because that spirit's going to come visit you when you sleep. Because one side of the hemisphere, there's nothing there but junk. We even hire a policeman to stand guard there. So always have clear, open mind. And whatever comes to you, if you don't understand, pray. 2 or 3 hours, 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 months, 2 or 3 years. When it started taking the shape, oh yeah, 3 years ago, a spirit told me, see. We've been waiting here, how many thousand years we've been waiting around here, and we never could understand what the Gospel told us. So I have to do the interpret and translate. And I'm not educated, see. I don't know how to read or write, nothing. But it's a mystery. And the funny part is, I don't speak English, but the funny part is, I hear it loud and clear. Oh, that's another joke. Oh, thank you very much. I happy was the Christmas, oh, how do you say, oh, this, oh, good night.